Hi there, folks. Welcome to episode 6 on our comprehensive breakdown of all the Beatles albums. And if we're on episode 6, that means it's time to listen to Rubber Soul. And
what did you start to say? You sound like you started to say revolver.
No. I know what we're doing.
Rubber Soul.
Rubber Soul.
We're listening to Rubber Soul. And you know what? Let's not dilly-dally. Let us not tarry. Let's jump right in with both feet to Drive My Car. All right. So Drive My Car. Kick it off. I think this is another in a long line of kicking off with a real banger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we've well established.
It'll be surprising when they don't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do they?
I don't know.
They do.
We'll have to see. I mean, I can't remember every
Yellow
first track.
Submarine.
That's not the first. Oh.
On Yellow Submarine. It
Doing
is.
that one?
That album. Oh, we're not doing that.
Would we
album,
do?
are we?
We'll get to it later. Are we gonna do the soundtrack with the score or like
The American one?
motion picture?
I don't know. There's a lot of repeats.
Yeah.
Now is not the time.
Yeah. I don't remember. It doesn't matter. Anyway,
But maybe not. I don't know. I mean, maybe they do. Maybe they don't all do. But maybe that's their signature.
they just know.
Go
It
hard
matters.
at the beginning.
It matters.
It
But
does matter.
This song is.
The real test is what's the last track. Does it finally go off?
No.
Because a lot of their last tracks don't.
Mm.
But I don't think so, but we'll get to that.
Anyway, this song, I mean, it's just a lot has been said about this song, and it's one of those that you hear so much.
Yeah.
If you're like a big fan, that
Yeah.
it's hard to think of anything.
This was another, they put this in the episode of Full House where DJ was learning to drive, but it was like a cover.
Gosh. Oh god.
Yeah. And I remember because that was in the height of, when we were little kids. And we were sitting there watching that one night, and they, started playing it. And I was like, what is this? This is a travesty.
Yeah.
Get this off my screen. And my parents were trying to explain, well, it would cost a lot of money to use the original. It's like, they don't have a lot of money. It's Full House.
They have to pay
It's
Mary
Michael
Kate
Jackson.
and Ashley
I mean, I
a
know.
lot of money.
Now I understand
Yeah.
it. At the time, though, I was like, don't
Yeah.
give me this pale imitation.
Yeah, I don't really like the covers.
What I love is, I obviously did not get this song when I was little. I didn't understand this woman at all, and I didn't understand working for peanuts. So, but now, it goes off, and I listen to it in my car quite a bit, and I don't know, it's just nice to be like, oh my god, I'm a grown up, I know exactly what the song's about,
Now, I know exactly what the song's about and always have, but why don't you explain it to me like I don't? As a fun little thing.
Okay. Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do
Okay.
it.
Well,
Because, again, I totally know what it's about.
it's about basically, you're talking to a girl who's probably some sort of like model or something, and he's like, I'm your boyfriend. She's like, actually, I'm going to be very fucking famous, but you can drive my car. That's it.
Yes. No, that's exactly right.
But for some reason, I didn't understand relationships. I was a child.
Yeah. I mean, like I said,
I don't remember.
it's one of the best songs on Rock Band.
It is fun.
I don't remember what they have the American version open up with, but they took this off the American version. Cause
Yeah.
that was the whole folk thing was going big at the time, and they're like, people don't want to listen to Paul McCartney do his black people voice, which he does on this one.
Yeah.
This is another one.
Can we talk about his vocals though? Like,
I mean, they're good,
Yeah.
but
They
we talked about this
really-
before on what was that one? It's on Kansas City.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there's one on Help, isn't there?
He does.
She's a woman.
Yeah.
So that's not on Help.
It's in the movie, but yeah.
And on the radio, right?
That'll be on Past.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Paul. I think the last time he really tried to do like a black soul voice was Lady Madonna.
He didn't try it in his with the Beatles or just in general.
With the Beatles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I like. Yeah, the vocals are really good though. I mean, if you can like sustain that sort of like monotonous but keep it energetic, you're doing something.
Yeah,
right.
the thing is, like, Paul McCartney's a really good singer,
He's
and he
pretty
can
good.
do a lot of different voices.
Yeah.
So good for him. He did a great job here. Of course, he needs my seal of approval. He's not Paul McCartney.
That is true, and we know that Paul listens.
He texts Megan all the time.
Oh my god.
Paul
Every
McCartney.
holiday.
That's right. When you just randomly come across this video with 6 views, know that one of them is Paul McCartney.
Alright.
All right. Well, up next, track 2. I'm pretty sure this is what they opened up the American version with, because it fits right into that folk rock theme. Folks, it's Norwegian Wood, open parentheses, this bird has flown, close parentheses. Let's give it a listen. All right, Norwegian Wood.
Yeah, I love that song.
It's a great song.
Yeah, it's one of their best songs.
And this is, often pointed out, first time, like, use of a sitar.
And pop music.
Yeah, they're really, getting out there. you
Yeah.
know, experimenting.
Yeah.
This
Because-
song has 12 million views. That is so much more than the other song.
Yeah.
By the way,
It's it's like a
it's one of their more popular songs.
I'm going to say, I bet you most viewed on this album is going to be In My Life.
oh
Oh,
definitely.
probably.
I think
People
there's
play
people
that
who just
at, like every wedding.
sit and listen to it and cry all day.
It's a bummer. But Norwegian Wood,
Oh, we have to listen
that was,
to it.
that line at the end about, so I lit a fire, isn't it?
Yeah.
I just remember my dad telling me, yeah, he burned that woman's house down.
I
Like,
never
it's like,
thought
what?
that was true.
People think
well,
that.
apparently there's an interview where he says something like that.
Yeah.
And that was, my dad was like, I saw an interview with the guy.
With the guy.
Yeah. A lot of people think that. I don't know what I really think.
I
this
guess I don't
song
think
said.
anything. Else.
Well, there is, John described it as trying to write a song about having an affair
Mhm.
without making it too obvious.
Yeah. I
So.
mean, I guess I don't have an opinion on does he burn it down or not.
Yeah.
I kind of think like, I guess in my head, it's more a symbolic burn it down, the whole relationship or whatever.
Mm.
I do like learning about how popular Norwegian Wood was.
Yeah.
back
Well,
then.
that was
Yeah.
apparently just like a, term for like cheap,
Yeah.
building material,
Yeah.
Like every man understood this. It's I guess they're like, and that's so funny, because all girls are this girl in London or whatever. I don't know,
Yeah.
but it's interesting to read about
Yeah.
because it's a culture I'm not a part of, and it's gone, way gone.
Yeah. I mean, this is the remnant of what Norwegian wood meant. But
Right.
I think the song, I don't know. I like the way he's just consistently like disappointed with this person in the song or whatever. And he doesn't say much, but you feel it or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
know.
he shouldn't be having an affair.
Exactly. He
Yeah.
needs to go home to
Guess what is disappointing?
Sin.
until. But that's the thing. If John Lennon was just like, you know what, no more affairs, then he never meets Yoko.
Yeah.
So,
And people would be so happy. Oh, I'm just kidding. I don't have a problem. But yeah, this is a good song. I don't listen to it that much anymore when it comes on. I mean,
yeah, it's not one that I go to
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is, not to sound pretentious, but when you're a Beatles real head on the level that we are, where we're like above everyone else,
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
we are,
Uh-huh.
then kind of,
You
if you
fixated
listen to
on-
the popular songs, then you're hearing them like double, You're seeking them out, and then also just whenever they crop up in life, which is often,
Yeah.
Right.
You get fixated on
So, yeah,
asinine ones such as
exactly.
not a second time or whatever.
Right. Or you just sort of find ones that just strike you in a way that maybe they never have before,
Yeah.
And then it's like, wow, I really liked that one, so. But that is a good song.
People say it's
Great
his most Dylan song. What do we think?
No.
No?
I'd say You Gotta Hide Your Love Away is a lot more Dylan than this.
I guess so.
There's this whole
I
sitar
think
in this song.
As far as like being cryptic about
Oh.
women,
Okay,
yes.
fair enough.
but about like painting a portrait of a woman that Bob does quite a bit, without actually like describing her, just what she did or whatever.
Yeah.
That's similar.
That's
Yeah.
fair, that's fair.
I can definitely hear it. I don't know if it's, more Dylan than Hide Your Love Away, but you can definitely hear it.
I guess
Yeah.
so, yeah. Okay, fair.
Alright. Well, up next, we've got a little one called You Won't See Me. Oh, those films. You Won't See Me. What a good one.
Yeah, I can understand why it might not be that popular according to the views count, but
Yeah, it's not their most exciting song.
No.
gives me
But it's a great example of what I was saying, where when you are dedicated on the level of people like us, not like the
when
common
you're stuck
man.
with a CD
Yeah.
and you have no internet because you're a child in the 90s,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you get
Yeah.
in love with all the songs.
Yeah, I remember.
And you pick
getting
out,
a tape. It was probably a tape of one of the U.S. albums,
Yeah.
and because I didn't have this one, I just had the tape of
For a while.
for a while. I got the tape first of the U.S. album and being like, oh, this is so good. You
Yeah.
know, like as a little kid being like, a new Beatles song, a new Beatles song.
I listen to this song a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still listen. Well, I sing it to myself a lot. I don't listen to that much.
And I love that time after that whole.
It's so fun to sing.
So good.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good song. It's
Yeah.
not one of my favorites.
I think it's pretty accurate depiction of that sort of breakup,
Yeah.
That's true.
You're right.
And again, it's so funny how because that's still going on.
Yeah,
You
people
know.
still date.
Yeah.
Even if it's
I
years
know, but the whole, we all have just always been dealing with the same, we think
Yeah.
our problems are these great unconquerable things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I already said this.
But
night.
even Paul McCartney, the cute Beatle, was dealing with a girl who just wouldn't,
Yeah.
she's being dodgy, and it's like, well, why don't you want to hang? I thought we had fun. Why don't you want
Yeah.
to hang out?
Chances are he was being too much.
Probably.
And she's like, I don't really like him.
Yeah, probably.
She's like, I wanted to date Ringo. I was only being with you to be closer to Ringo.
Well, we don't really hang out that much. He's always it. Never mind.
True.
But
It looks like it's one of the longer songs on this album, which is odd.
Yeah.
Because it's in comparison quite boring to some of the other
that's why
songs.
it's long because it's
It's
got a
slow.
slower tempo.
That's right.
They stretch out all the notes.
That is, I think, 3 minutes. That's about as long as any song has been. Or 3 minutes, 20 seconds. That's about as long as any of them have been
Jeez.
on any of the other
Being
5.
Led Zeppelin, I like long songs. So.
Oh, I love a good long song.
Yeah,
I
I get
know.
really excited when they have long songs on albums.
Just
know.
kidding.
Why do you think I
Depends on
bought
how long
Metal
it is.
the other day?
You like long songs.
Echoes. It's all of side B, baby.
Yeah, it kind of irritates me when people just put out albums that are just 2 minutes,
Yeah.
a bunch of 2-minute songs. It's like
I know the
You couldn't
Beatles didn't have a
think of-
choice back then.
Yeah.
They didn't have a lot of time.
Right.
And they were just pumping them out, and that was the format. But
The good thing is they broke
They
out
broke
of
the
it.
mold. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, really the first.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is, again, it's cliche because everyone, talks about. But Rubber Soul is really when they did. They were like, all right, we're going to start looking at what an album actually is.
Yeah. What if
You
the
know.
song is so stretched out, like,
I mean,
because they're just
you think-
so stoned.
Yeah, that's
they're
true.
stoned.
Like maybe
I'm just
this
kidding.
album cover is so good because they saw the last album cover and were like, that's so bad.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't even make sense.
Like, ugh.
We're spelling Nujva.
Like,
Yeah.
let's not even have our name on the next one.
Yeah.
We don't even need
People recognize us on site at this point.
Yeah. That's true, they do.
Like, who are these guys who look exactly like the Beatles? Rubber
Yeah.
Soul? Never heard of them.
I know they have like very distinct faces, but it's weird to think that those faces are like some of the most famous faces,
They're some of the most
Photographed.
photographed people of all time.
and they just seem like regular people.
It
when you
is.
look at their
And Paul
face.
McCartney probably is numero uno because he outlived. He's not. Ringo doesn't get photographed as much, right?
Yeah.
So Paul McCartney has been consistently uber super famous in
So
the
he has no
spotlight.
soul.
Yeah, for years and years and years now. He has to be like the most photographed person ever.
It's crazy, too, because you can even see, there's so many, like, coffee table books of, like, the Beatles in photographs.
Right.
On
And you'll
June
look through
3rd,
them. Yeah. And there's just ones,
1964.
you're like, I thought I'd seen every picture of the Beatles.
Right.
Yeah.
It's weird how many like pictures of these old guys just keep popping up.
Yeah.
And you're like, you think you've seen everything, and then someone else dies, I guess, and someone goes through all their stuff, and they're like, oh look, new Beatles pictures.
Yeah.
That was, some of the,
Like, how many pictures did they take?
that guy from the Bob Dylan press conference who they thought was
Yeah.
the Zodiac Killer, he was a rock photographer.
Yeah.
And they found after he died, he had some pictures of the Beatles at Candlestick
Wow.
that had never been seen before.
Yep.
Yeah. It's like
Like, how often?
I
would
think
these
I've
guys
It's like
seen
if I can
picture
just
of
get close
the-
to them for a second, I can ask them about why they're controlling my mind with
yeah.
gamma
With,
rays.
With like Instagram and all, like a lot of people come out with new pictures
Mhm.
and like all this stuff. Like I thought I'd seen every picture of Jimmy Page, known to man, but then I hadn't seen one of him and a cat. Then his daughter posted one, and I was like, "All right, I'm done. I don't need to see any more pictures of him."
He had 2 cats, right? Yeah. 2 cats.
Unbelievable.
That's so wild.
What a guy.
2 Siamese cats.
That's probably the most impressive thing he ever did.
Yeah.
Honestly, he had 2 Siamese cats in one picture.
All right.
Okay. Up next, you're going to like this one, Jeremy, our only listener.
This is your song, Jeremy.
That's right, Jeremy. We're listening to Nowhere Man. Nowhere
No.
Man.
Keep going. Oh, it was too premature.
Was it?
Yes. Thank you.
Yes. Nowhere Man. What can you even say? That's just a
Probably
good
the
one.
greatest.
It's-
That's just a
it's-
good time set to music
You
right
ever
there.
cried to this
Yeah.
song?
Yeah, when I was little, it used to make me really upset because I thought, of course, I thought it was like literally a real man, and I was like, I felt so bad for him. Now I know he's like a metaphor. I still feel bad for him, but I was like, he's a real person. You
Yeah.
know, that's so sad.
Yeah.
But like, it's interesting how much good stuff they fit into 2 minutes and 40 seconds.
Yeah.
They have a guitar solo. They have a ding.
No, they were efficient, man.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, they...
Well, yeah. I mean, it's hard because sometimes I know what the song's about, then it's about something else, then it's about something else. It kind of
Yeah, this always
It's
struck me as in the same vein as, like, Help. I think the Nowhere Man is John.
yeah. I think it is too. Yeah. For a long time I thought it was just about people in general, you know, the way they are.
But I think you can listen to it that way, though.
Yeah. One time, I can't remember if this is while I was on LSD or a few days afterwards, I was like, it's about God.
huh?
Oh man is God.
Mm.
But
But the
now
thing
I'm
is,
kind of like, I don't
It's
think
such
so.
good poetry.
Yeah.
You know,
it means
that
whatever you
it
want.
does-
Yeah.
It could be about God. It can be whatever you want. That's why, they had Beatles classes in colleges or whatever, because,
Yeah.
as far as the lyrics go, in 1965,
5.
these are top notch.
Chef's kiss.
Yeah. I mean, there's Bob Dylan, of course, but this, pop lyrics,
Yeah.
that good. Bob Dylan could never.
Hey, I want you.
Okay.
Bob
He
Dylan
couldn't
did.
write Nowhere Man.
No, but
That is
Lord, I
true.
want you.
It's not. It's too.
No, of
It's so
course.
simple that it's effective.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
right. It can be about you or me or him or she.
Right.
Yeah.
It
Whatever.
makes it's imaginative. It's
Right.
like its own little world. It's very
It's also
Lewis
very
Carroll,
Alice in Wonderlandish.
like a character in one of those books.
Yeah, great song.
Like a character in a whimsical children's animated film.
Yeah, I love that little guy.
Oh my god.
Which is so great that they made that little character, because he's a really good character based on the song.
I always found it weird that he sounded just like the Maharishi.
That's the
That's
joke.
probably your point.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
That's probably the joke.
Yeah.
Okay.
That they're making like a little pun on.
A
That
little
movie's
reference,
just
a little
brilliant. So
being kind of cheeky right there.
it's
Yeah,
a
sure.
really, really, really good movie,
Yeah, it's great.
That is good.
and that's a really, really, really good part in that movie.
Yeah.
And that's a really, really good character.
Yeah, I like the artwork. But yeah, this song rocks.
Yeah.
It's a great song.
The guitar solo.
The birds could
Talk
never.
Oh,
about
yeah.
that.
The guitar solo is great. It's like the way they both played it at the same time. So
Yeah.
it's just like a double.
Right.
It just sounds so full,
Yeah.
It's like we were saying, like they not only, pack like a guitar solo into it, but it's
Yeah.
like this. It feels like
Lush.
it needs its own room
And it
in the
doesn't-
house.
It doesn't like walk along; it rolls.
Yeah.
Or just like you're like just listening to it now. You're like following. You kind of feel like you're being dragged along with it in
Yeah.
a good way.
Yeah.
Or whatever to the next note.
Right.
I don't know.
It's really
like it too
good.
much.
One of their best.
Yeah,
Of
I'll
all
agree
time.
with that. I'll agree with that. That is a very good one. All right, up next, it's the first George track. It is Think for Yourself. And let's listen. All right, Think for Yourself. Now, let me just say, I think this continues the trend of a strong George song and a not bad but weaker
Yeah.
George song, just like on Help.
Yeah.
And this is the weaker. For me.
Oh my god.
I'm not saying it's bad.
Oh.
I'm saying
I really like this song.
I love this song.
I can't remember the other George song on this album. so-
If I Needed Someone.
Oh, you're absolutely right then. 'Cause
Yeah.
that song's better than this
You
song.
see what I'm saying now,
But
don't
this-
you? That
I
you
think
remember
that
what it is.
It's like just slightly like a half step for me.
I mean,
But
That's what I'm saying. Is it's a big improvement from Help.
see, I like
Yeah.
this one better because George is venturing out into different territory as
That is-
far as
Yeah.
content
He's
goes.
showing his
And
bitchy side.
he is so mean in this song.
I
He
think
is so mean.
this is like a dig at like sort of media
Yeah.
worship.
I think it's a little bit of the worship.
Just people who just sort of, whatever is trendish, stylish or trendy,
Yeah.
they're just sort of, and when it's not trendy or stylish anymore, then they're on to the next thing.
Yeah, I think it has a little bit to do with that, like societal.
Yeah.
And who knows? It could be someone he personally knows. And if it is, I feel bad for that person when they heard
They
this
don't know.
song.
They have no idea the song's about.
Yeah.
Whoever it
I
is.
mean, the type of person he's calling out in the song would be like, hey, there's a Beatles song about me,
Yeah.
Right. So they wouldn't know. They're like, that's a good song.
This song will hurt people's feelings.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
I
It's a
mean,
diss track.
yeah. It reminds me of someone I knew. And when I was going through with this person, a friend, I heard this song. I was like, oh shit, that's them. I'm so mad, and he's just being so mean, and it feels so good. You know.
He's very mean.
Again, that's the song could very much apply to today.
There's all his
Yeah.
Scorpio
The whole media.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
not to sound like one of those, phones are bad,
Oh yeah,
Definitely they can.
But there are definitely people who, especially, influencers.
everyone
Yeah.
knows someone who's like super addicted to their phone,
Yeah.
like to a disturbing degree, where they can't even like, you don't even see their eyes. People who just sit there with their phones, and they don't talk to you.
I have known someone.
Yeah, everyone's known someone,
Everybody.
but like, we all use our phones, but some people are in deep, and you see them sometimes.
I mean, I see them when I'm on my phone, and like every time I check my timeline, they're always on it.
Yeah,
And I'm like, oh my
that
God.
person.
But
You
I
know,
don't see them in person. But
you see it like at concerts or
oh yeah.
sometimes like when you're out in public, people just walking.
Yeah, but
They don't
yeah,
look up.
there's a lot of people. The songs that what I like.
Like last time I was at the beach, there was like a ton of people there, like setting up these poses, and like,
Yeah.
having someone take their picture, and it's like,
Yeah.
just be there.
Oh
You
yeah.
need to go to a concert.
Oh yeah. You'll have
It's
fun.
weird
It is weird.
with the phones and all.
They go, "Can you take my picture?" And then like they stand all cute or whatever, and you're like, I guess whatever.
Again, though, not to sound, I'm not one of those.
Yeah, I don't personally, because I think everyone, either you're gonna
I'm on
With
my
it or you're
phone
not,
all the
yeah.
time, but
right.
I think
That's their life to live. It's not mine.
yeah. And people who go, when did they? Oh, I don't know. There's just so much you could say, but everyone knows that person who just like follows.
Yeah.
What everyone else is doing, or they have known that person. It's
I mean,
like Avril Lavigne's "Complicated." This
Oh,
song
yeah.
and "Complicated"
Somebody
are the same
else
song.
around everybody else.
Yeah.
You're watching your back like you can't relax.
The
You
other
look like a fool
weeks ago,
to
I
me.
came to the conclusion that could be an existentialist song because it starts off like it's called "Complicated."
Mhm.
It's like life's like this.
I think after the Beatles, we're gonna have to do a deep dive on Avril Lavigne.
Why not?
Why not?
I'll do that first album.
I'll do the first
two.
and the second one.
I don't know
Maybe
any.
the third one just to be adventurous, but if I don't like it,
No,
I'm not
God.
going past it.
I don't know anything about anything past the first, but
The second
yeah.
one's
I was in 6th grade when "Complicated" came out. It was
Yeah.
awesome.
yeah.
It was a good song. Song's still not
Just
bad.
like- yeah.
All right. Well, now getting back to the Beatles. Up next, it's "The Word." All right. So "The Word." I'm just gonna say it because I'm pretty sure y'all.
You know what? I'm just gonna say it.
This is.
I don't care what the word is.
Yeah. This is the only song that holds this album back for me.
Yeah.
If you just replace this song
Wait.
with something else,
There's another song right at the end of the album that
Nah.
also holds
that's
up.
better than this.
Yeah, it is.
No,
I like the song when I was little because it feels like an elementary school.
It's
Yeah.
okay.
It should be on like
like Sesame Street
Yeah.
or like that.
uh
What is that called? They
conjunction
have-
junction
conjunction-
show, whatever
Oh.
it's called. I forget.
Nah,
the
I was trying to think of "Say the Word I'm thinking of."
Mr.
The
Rogers.
word is love. Yeah. I mean, it is.
Yeah, it's like it should be on. What
And
the
then he's
heck
like,
is that show called?
Sesame
Schoolhouse Rock.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's funny because he's like, this is the first song I wrote after Acid. Like, this is, well, maybe you took a little
That's
too much.
because-
Maybe you should have waited till you came down a little more, bud.
That's the thing about acid. It makes your really generally dumb sober thoughts seem really.
That's
vague.
true. That's true. Yeah, you're like,
You can't
The
express
word-
what you're feeling.
is love. Love. He
Isn't that
does
the
it
appeal of
so-
all drugs, though?
He does it
Yeah,
so
I
much
guess.
better later, talking
Yeah.
about
That's
love.
true. I mean, he goes on to say more about it. So this is the beginning.
Yeah, he had
Well-
to start somewhere.
Love it.
But the
This-
keyboard's really good.
Yeah.
I do. That at the very end, that I like
Thanks,
that.
Paul.
But, yeah, not a great song.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just what it is.
Yeah. it's
I don't
just-
think a lot of these songs are on this album. I
Hey,
like this
I'm
album,
just-
but it doesn't. Of course, again, I think "Help" is a better album.
No.
As
No.
far as like strong track.
Mm,
I prefer like "Help" or "Beatles for Sale."
No.
Gonna have to question your police work there, Lou. Let's just move on. Because up
Okay,
next
we're just gonna get mad.
is a good one. It's Michelle. Michelle.
Yep.
What can you say about it? That's a good.
Good song. I wonder if it pissed like Serge Gainsbourg off. Like he did like French pop. They did it more French,
Yeah.
better than he ever did it. You know,
Really?
I love him. Yeah, like this is like, oh oui oui, chef's keys. You know. This is,
Yeah. I mean, and it's funny because like, you know, it has that sound, and it's definitely like the first French phrase a lot of people learn
Yeah. I
is
mean,
in this song. It was the.
I used to think they were saying monkey.
Me too.
No, I used to think the lyrics were someday monkey born play piano in summer, play piano in summer.
Yeah, I had no idea what the words were, but I was like, what are they saying? And I was like, I don't know it's French. But
Yeah.
Well, Megan, you speak French. What do they say?
Are the words that go together well.
That's it.
Yeah.
Michelle, my belle.
Some monkey bon. Yeah.
Huh.
But it. Wait.
Is it?
Sounds
for
a lot
what?
better in French.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what the song is, though. It's trying to, impress a girl, and it sounds better in French.
Yeah.
He-
because
they're
that's the
pretending to
language
be
of
French.
love.
I don't think that's how you would say it in French, per se.
Well, yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It's like pretending like you
He
can
doesn't
speak
know
French.
That's the point of the song. He acknowledges, like, I'm trying. But
Yeah. I mean, what is it? He wrote it way back when he would pretend to be French at
Right.
parties.
yeah, yeah,
To girls who don't speak French.
right.
But this.
Who among us, right,
Yeah.
has never pretended to be French to impress women?
I want to, but I don't have
Yeah.
the nerve.
This song is one of the reasons why I played the oboe.
Um,
I gotta say that when we did like a Beatles medley in my band class while I was playing the flute, and the girl they had an oboe solo in this song, and all the girls in the class were like, "I love that song so much," which is like the whole clarinet
Yeah.
section.
Well, when we went and watched like old videos from 2014 or on YouTube of like Beatles fangirls like ranking their albums or whatever,
Oh, yeah.
maybe like 16 or to 20, and all of them were like, Michelle's my favorite song on this album. I'm like,
It's not
Okay.
mine.
but then I'm like, oh yeah, this is a great song for
Little girls.
high school age girls.
Yeah, I mean, I saw it in the class. They just like, they had a bunch of really good songs on there, but that one they were like, swoon.
It just speaks to a girl's sensibilities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for them.
They cracked the code.
They did. He cracked the code for real.
He knows how to
He
get
knows how to get girls.
All right. Up next, it's the Ringo track. It's What Goes On. All right. What Goes On. Now, this devotees of the program will know that I have a special place for the Ringo song
I'm so
because
sorry.
he was my favorite when I was a
the
kid.
opposite.
So I like that song.
I'm so sorry for what I said when the song was on.
Doesn't matter.
Say it again. I'm just kidding.
It's awful.
Listen, this is the McLaughlin group of Beatles talks. Okay, we got to get in there. We got to hash these arguments out. Okay,
They
never
did a
apologize.
Really bad job on this one.
They did though.
This was a song,
I mean-
like, even when I was little, I was like, I tried to see how long I could take it before I skipped this song. I was like,
Yeah,
Not very long.
and it's weird. Like I like Ringo on the song. Like his singing, it's not the worst song, but like everyone
sounds
else,
asleep, though.
they sound like they're about to go to bed.
There's a fun fact though. This is Ringo's first writing credit on a Beatles album.
That's so sad. They
Because
did not care.
it strikes me as he was just like, "Hey, fellas, let me get on some of that royalty money. Let's put Lennon, McCartney, Starkey on this one, huh?" They were like, "Okay, yeah." Because a ton of people are going to be listening to What Goes On. Yeah, we'll put you on there, Ringo.
That's like that Family Guy joke where they put it on the fridge or whatever.
Yeah.
This is literally that song.
We'll put it on the fridge.
But yeah, this song is credited to Lennon, McCartney, Starkey. I don't know how much he actually wrote.
Yeah,
But-
I don't know.
I mean, I don't.
They don't talk about the song,
No,
so who knows?
you have to go on Beatles Bible. They might know. I don't know.
Yeah.
But they like the little guitar fills, the
Awful.
now.
Awful.
I mean, they definitely several times throughout the song they just totally lose the plot.
Mhm.
They sound like they're going to sleep.
I mean, no, the song really does sound like, yep, this is the Ringo song. If you fuck up, then we'll just leave. It's the Ringo song.
Yeah.
Right.
Doesn't sound like they gave
It's like
top effort
They
on
were
this
not
one.
even trying.
It's so funny.
And yet I still kind of like
Yet
it. That's
they
how
are
good they
one-
were.
It's like, so there's the most successful band of all time, and they didn't even try all the time.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny?
That should make you feel bad about yourself.
Yeah.
Why aren't you that good at anything?
There are some people that try very hard,
Yeah.
and they don't even get close to what goes on.
Maybe that's why a lot of people resent the Beatles.
Maybe.
Probably. They're just jealous.
They are. Why not? Why not be jealous?
Hmm.
I don't want what they have.
But that's
I can't
that's
imagine
the
wanting what
appeal
they
of
have.
the Beatles is that they don't take themselves so seriously all the time. Like
Yeah.
a lot of people do think that they did, but they didn't.
No.
Yeah.
So that's all I have to say about that.
All right. Up next, it's a little light and breezy track. Of course, we're talking about Girl. All right. So I was thinking about this, and this is the first time I've ever thought of this too. Bear with me here. Listen. I mean, this song sounds like a sequel to Michelle. And I think that Michelle, What Goes On, and Girl form a little mini trilogy on the album. Michelle is you're like, oh, I see this beautiful girl. I'm going to pretend to be French. It works out. What Goes On, things get ugly.
Yeah.
You're like, what goes on here? And then Girl, he's like, this is him
I'm-
whining to his friends after
I'm
it's over. He's like,
Absolutely depressed about this.
Yeah. am I wrong though?
You could be right. You could be right.
I doubt that they set out with that intention, but
yeah. I mean,
and I seriously doubt it. I basically know they did not, but
Yeah.
it could work in that way.
it makes
it
the
kinda-
album a little more
I mean,
interesting.
yeah, Girl and Michelle though they sound very similar.
It's
yeah,
like
they have
they're-
that European feel.
They're trying to, Paul wrote Michelle. John's like,
I'll do one.
I got one.
And this time I'm gonna get philosophical, you dumb little.
Yeah. I love this song.
I do too.
This is my favorite on this album.
Yeah.
Just by the way.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
I like that. I don't even know how they did it, where it's just like a deep inhale.
Sounds
I
like
mean,
the
I guess
ocean. Doesn't
I guess they just recorded themselves inhaling,
I guess it's such a weird touch because it's like it's not necessary, but it's
it
still
works.
nice.
It
You
makes this. I mean, it's the first thing I remember about this song, so I've been listening since I
Yeah.
was like 2 or 3.
Yeah,
And
I
I
mean,
like that.
it just shows how intoxicating she is in
Yeah.
some way.
all you can do is just like, oh, Michelle.
Right.
Yeah.
I like this character. I think this is like a feminist song though, because it's this woman who uses her feminine wiles to hurt people.
That's not a good
She's feeding into patriarchy.
In the 60s.
You know, when she's like, you need to provide for me. And he's like, excuse me, I am sensitive and I have needs. She doesn't understand because she's been indoctrinated with misogyny and patriarchy. And, sorry. And, so, you know, it's a guy standing up for himself as a man,
I guess,
with emotional needs.
Yeah.
And, you know, she, you know, completely.
This song's the reason why I'm lazy, because of that one line that's like, man must break his back, will he still believe it when he's dead?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh god, I'm not doing a thing.
Well, that and you're a woman.
Oh yeah, it doesn't matter to me.
No, I kid. Because you know, a man must break his back. Is what the line. I'm just fucking.
Yeah. So to me, it's one of their first songs like that. You know,
It's got layers. This song.
it is very good.
Yeah,
It is a good song.
I really like it. Like I said, it kind of sounds like you're on a northern European shore.
Yeah.
You know, with the breathing and all, and just it's great. It's a great song.
All right. Well, up next, it's a pretty good one. It's I'm Looking Through You. All right, so I'm Looking Through You. Like we were saying, I don't think we said it on air, but you know, this was there's like that video from You Can't Unhear This, you know, about all the mistakes in the song, but I don't
really hear
I
them.
don't notice them.
I've unheard them.
I've heard
Yeah.
them. But I know this song so well that
It doesn't matter.
they can't phase me at this point. The song is ingrained deep into my brain.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a great song.
I'll be like on my last breath of Alzheimer's, and I'll still remember this song completely. Just
This is one of those that I played a lot as a kid. This was probably my favorite as a kid on this album.
This is one of my favorites growing up. I still like it.
I like it on the Rock Band too.
You like all?
I do like Rock Band, but this is one of those that's really fun.
I hate to though, you know, I got that it's on Anthology, but it's also on that Beatles Sessions album I got, that German bootleg, you know. And they have the original version of I'm Looking Through You.
Did we hear that the other day?
Yeah.
It's acoustic?
Yeah, it's it's essentially the exact same song.
Yeah.
Just without the overdub.
Yeah. And without the why, tell me why part, which is the best part.
Yeah. I agree.
So it's I don't know. Why put that on there? The Beatles didn't have another unreleased song.
Oh yeah, I remember now.
You're basically just putting a released version of a song on there without the best part.
It's just a demo.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, it's a bootleg, so who knows?
Yeah, bootlegs will fit.
They'll just do things.
They don't need to
on
make
bootleg.
sense. Okay?
That is true.
That no one cares. That people are gonna buy it anyway.
Yeah.
I did buy it.
You did buy it.
I did buy it.
You'll just have to deal with the demo.
I like the demo.
They don't have enough.
I mean, I like it in the sense that it's the same song. That's what I'm saying.
What's wrong with that?
It's
Except for without the why, tell me why
I'm Looking
part.
Through You acoustic.
Yeah.
Paul's version.
I'm looking through you naked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that. But I don't like the title of that.
No.
It makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah. My skin crawled after I said it.
Well, it should have.
All right, up next. Here's the big one. How many views you guys think this one's going to have?
I'm gonna say.
I'm gonna say in the
15.
I'm gonna say 20 million.
Yeah, I was going to say in the 20 millions, if not higher.
I'm gonna say 15.
I'll say the mid 20 millions.
Okay.
Like
You say
22
20.
to 26.
I'll say 22 to 20.
20 to 22. I say 15 to 20 million.
It's In My Life. Let's give it a listen. Yeah. So you're probably wondering, it had 36 million views.
We
We were
underestimated.
wrong.
We undersold them. We somehow, after all we've said, underestimated the popularity of
These
the
songs
Beatles.
have only been
That's the
uploaded
thing. You
for
can't
4 years.
overrate the Beatles in a way. Like, you know, people say all these things about how popular and whatever, and a lot of people go, yeah, but it's like you really can't overrate them as far as like being influential on the culture of pop music.
Yeah.
You just can't.
I will say this song always reminds me of that time we were in Nashville. We were leaving,
Yeah.
and you had headphones on,
Yeah.
but the radio was on, and it was some country station, and we stopped because they were talking about Taylor Swift, and then they moved to a segment where they were like talking about, what do you think is the best father-daughter song ever? And they had like this big long debate, and this guy was like, it's this song, In My Life by the Beatles. And they were so mad. There's one guy, he was just like he was like, they're so overrated, I can't stand them, this song's stupid,
How's
blah
that
blah
song
blah.
stupid?
And like, he's like, why isn't it this Rascal Flatts song? That song is blah 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 blah. And the people were like, you've heard the song? And me and Sandy were just like raging. I will never forget. I was like so mad at this man on the radio, because it's like, what do you mean? What do you mean? This song it says everything it needs to say without being specific. So it can be a father-daughter dance song.
Well, that's
It
what
can
it is.
be
It's
at a wedding.
It's a sentimental moments masterpiece.
Yeah.
Because that In My Life, you can
Right.
literally match that up. It can go with happiness. It can go with sadness.
You can play it at a funeral. You can play it at a wedding. You can play it at a birthday
Graduation.
party. You can play it at
graduation, because everything is part of in someone's life. You know?
Right, exactly. It can be about
And
anyone.
most everyone has someone that they really care about.
Yeah, like I don't even really know who he wrote it about. I would assume his
Julian,
son,
yeah.
but it could be about anybody. You know?
Yeah.
It could be about this whole band. It could be about the whole thing. I don't know. It could be about anybody. Cynthia, who knows? That's not the point, though. You know, the point is that it is so super sentimental.
Oh yeah, I've cried in the Kmart parking lot to this song.
This song can make anybody cry.
This whole series just what's
No, like if it hits you at the right moment, you know,
Yeah.
you're gonna cry. It's gonna get you.
Yep.
I deliberately avoided this song after my brother died.
Oh yeah.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Because back in the USSR made me cry.
Yeah. I avoided
Yeah,
this
so
song
I was like,
for
yeah.
quite a while. I think this is the first time I listened to it.
Yeah, I
since
don't.
It might be for me too.
then. It's
I
too
don't
much.
listen to it. I didn't pay attention to it either. While we were listening, I don't need to pay attention to it. I know the song.
I'll
in my
cross it
sleep.
later one day.
Yeah. So
No, I mean, it's it's just a sentimental song, but not in a corny way,
right.
not in a goofy way.
No.
It's the perfect,
It's
for
super
whatever,
accurate.
Right. And
happy or sad, a sentimental,
Right.
emotional moment in your life.
he's really
that
good
song
at
works for
knowing how to get the listener to reflect on their inner self.
Yeah.
Because in this and other songs, but this one especially, you can't listen to the song and just imagine someone else's hometown, someone else's friends and family. You have to
Yeah.
imagine your own.
Right.
You think about In My Life.
He's very good at like putting you in your own head, or whatever.
Which is weird, because I'm sure he wasn't thinking about that at all.
No, but he knows how to express something.
But he's a good writer.
He's a
Yeah.
good writer. Yeah.
Which is so strange, because I don't think it's good that he didn't know. That means he kept going.
He kept trying.
Kept trying harder and harder. So let's keep going.
Yeah. I mean, that's what really more can you say about In My Life. That's a big. All right. Now, Wait is the next song. Wait. And how many views do you think this will have?
12 million.
12 million?
One
Way
million,
too high.
1
Yeah.
million.
I
1 million.
can't count.
Ones of millions.
Okay, 5 million.
2 million max.
Michelle had like 12 million.
I'm gonna go
I'm gonna say
ballsy and say 5.
1 million.
Yeah.
1 million.
Well, it's Wait, and we're gonna see how many views it has. Alright, just to let you all know, I think this will probably sum up most of our feelings on this song. We talked through the entire thing about why can't you find a children's turtleneck shirt with a Koopa Troopa on it? Doesn't that make perfect sense?
Yeah.
I like this song.
They're turtles.
I like this song.
That's funny. They are turtles.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't. They probably have a Yoshi,
Nah.
but he's not a
I
turtle.
don't think kids
Everyone-
wear a lot of turtlenecks.
Not
I did
anymore.
as a
Not
kid.
like they
Gosh.
used to.
I used to wear turtlenecks. You did.
I remember having a turtleneck.
You had a green one.
Yeah. Everything I had was green.
That's true.
Because all my stuff was awesome.
Yeah.
Especially my turtleneck.
Anyway, so yep, this song.
I mean, it's
I don't dislike this song.
it's better than The Word, man.
It's just.
Yes,
No.
it's way better than the word.
I always forget whenever I see this song in the track listing. I'm like,
What?
I can't recall it from title alone.
My
Yeah.
goodness. It's,
I'm like, I have no idea what that song is.
Yeah,
It's
to
not
me,
like
it's
a
not
best
bad.
song.
It's a good, but
I'm
it
like-
just
And then when it comes on, I'm like, oh yeah.
I've never dismissed this song. I'm like, it's a fundamental part of this album.
Hmm.
To me. It's sweet.
I don't call it wait. I guess in my head, I'm like,
It's been a long time.
it's been a long time.
It's
It's
been
not-
a long. Wait, that's not the song.
I don't know. And I'm sure that every Beatles song has its fan. This is, to me, it's just not one of the essentials.
No, it's not. Yeah.
If I'm making a Beatles mixtape,
It's not going
I
on.
probably don't have room
This
for
is
it.
not in my top 100 playlist.
It's probably 9.
Probably.
Where? Like number 98.
I have to pull up the screenshots when I did that Tumblr thing where you go, yes, no,
Oh
yes,
yeah.
on all
We
the
should do
songs.
the Beatles sorter one day
Hmm.
and talk about our top 100.
Yeah, it's long.
It takes about 30 minutes to do that.
It's intense.
Well, up next, here we go.
Ooh.
We're back to the George song, and we sort of teased this a little in the beginning. That we said the second George song is the stronger George song. Well, now it's time to see if we lied to you. It's If I Needed Someone. All right, If I Needed Someone. And that's definitely the stronger George track on this one.
Yeah, I mean, I think I said that at the beginning, but yeah.
It's got that nice little riff, you know.
Yeah, the bass line.
Yeah. You gotta love a good Beatles riff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean,
I like the lyrics.
I still like the other one better, but I do really like this song.
You're right.
It's the last good song on this album.
Well, yeah, I like the song. I mean, I love the carve your number on my wall part.
It's true. I do like that too. It's an interesting thing about because
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
like,
live
is
in
that
that
how
era.
they did
Yeah,
that? They're like,
yeah. So
Did
Okay.
they?
that's the only evidence I really have. I haven't asked anyone.
I gotta find that old person.
That just seems extra. You didn't have like a slip of paper in
No,
the
so
So make
60s.
sure they don't lose it.
Hmm.
It's on the wall.
Maybe you'll get a call.
That's true.
Maybe.
Who wouldn't love a call from George Harrison?
This one has quite a bit more views than the other
Yeah.
How
George
many?
song.
Yeah.
Oh,
Surprising.
yeah. Wait had 1.8 million views too. I don't
Yeah, we
think
shouldn't worry about the views, but we do.
Well, it's just a thing that we just sort of started noticing.
I mean,
It is sort of an interesting, you know.
we don't have a lot of perspective on these songs, so we're in deep. We don't have an outside perspective. You know what I
I
mean?
guess.
We're just looking at
A
it.
view of how other people view it. We only know how we
regular,
view it.
regular, just
yeah,
regular
I don't
fans.
normally check the
people.
stream counts or whatever on those
Yeah,
things I
I
listen
don't.
to.
I don't use Apple Music. I mean, I use Apple Music, so I don't use Spotify, so I don't know.
Yeah, they don't tell you that.
All right, up next is final track on the album. Sort of an unfortunate Beatles song. But
This is one that gets them canceled.
yeah.
I see Twitter threads
So
about this song.
but let's go ahead and bring it all home with the final track, Run for Your Life. Alright. I'll say I actually like that song more than I remember.
It's not
See,
awful,
it's
but
not that
like
bad. I mean,
Like the song is good. Some of the lyrics are in this day and age
it.
sort of unfortunate. Or
It's
I get,
like-
you know, they always were, but you know. But I don't. I think he was just sort of.
He's not to be like taken seriously.
Yeah, I don't
It's
think
just
he's
like,
writing.
whatever.
This is. I'm gonna kill someone if they cheat on me. I think he's just sort of going to a dark place. You know,
Yeah,
just
and-
sort of.
if the song was meant to be taken seriously, they would have made the music a bit better.
Mm.
You know, it sounds a little.
If
you know,
this song
hokey
was to be
pokey.
taken seriously, someone would be dead.
But you know, as people get pissed and stuff like it's just one song.
Yeah, I mean it's a
Yeah.
little uncomfortable to listen to because you're like, ugh, if someone said this to me, but beyond that,
Yeah.
it's like I hope no one thinks that this is okay.
No.
You know, someone says,
Even as a little kid listening to it, I was like, okay,
yeah,
you know.
There was one time I just had this album on in the car, and my friend who doesn't really listen to the Beatles, you know, so we're just listening to the whole thing, and then he hadn't like commented on it at all, and you know, we're not super duper listening to it, we're just
Yeah.
talking.
Mm-mm.
But then you know, it's like, I'd rather see you dead, little girl. And he's just like, well, that's one way to start a song, yeah.
Yeah, I mean it is kind of an uncomfortable song, but it's not a bad song. Like
It's not.
But in that, well, I almost think that might have been like what he was going for, though. Was
this
it's
would
like,
have been a
yeah, I'm
great
not, you know,
Monkeys song.
I'm not like John, the
it's like
pop teen idol. Like,
yeah.
I'm dangerous.
It's like Bob Dylan said about allegedly said about Tomorrow Never Knows. He's like, oh, you guys really
Yeah.
don't want to be cute anymore. You
Yeah,
know? They don't.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I think, yeah, he was trying to intentionally go to a sort of dark place on this one.
Yeah.
It's a character.
Yeah.
That's a real guy. I don't know if it's him,
All
but
right.
it's a real guy who thinks stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
There
it's
it is.
okay to write a song about him, I guess.
It
Why
doesn't
not?
make any. Doesn't like okay. Don't like the song.
They wrote
whatever.
the song about the abusive girl in the other song.
Yeah,
so-
and I just think you know, it's just annoying when people take one little thing and then John Lennon is dead.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter to him what you think of this song or him in general.
yeah,
But
And
you're
it
just
doesn't
bugging
matter.
the people who like
yeah.
his songs, and you know most of them don't even like this song. So
Like
what does
no
it matter?
one really like you can take it. We don't want it. We don't really claim it. You can have it. It's fine. We can do without
Right.
it.
You're just bitching at people who have nothing to do
Yeah,
with the
no.
song for liking other songs.
Right. Exactly. If this was the only
Just
song
trying to
we ever
rain
wrote,
on people's parade.
they're silly. They're silly.
Yeah, like if this was the most famous Beatles song, then it's like, okay, yeah, but like
You're right.
the real most famous Beatles song is probably Yellow Submarine.
Right. It's
Yeah.
like, you know, I don't tell people to stop listening to Eminem just because he has songs about killing mothers and all this stuff. You
And
know?
again, it's like he's just talking about he's just
He's writing a character.
putting a dark place, you know,
right, and a
sort
pop
of a
song.
dark headspace, and just sort of letting you know, you have a look at it.
Right.
Take a look, see what you think of it.
Yeah, and most people go no. So that's good. But
So, what are our thoughts on the album as a whole?
sometimes like this is better than Revolver, but then I'm like, no, it's not.
It's not. It's good.
I think it just the word and I guess weight a little bit.
In this song.
I don't know. If you didn't have if you just had weight without the word, you know, the word is just pointless to me.
Yeah.
It holds the whole thing back.
Yeah.
It keeps like if that
It's
wasn't
not
on
that
here, this
bad.
would be like I consider Revolver perfect.
Yeah.
I'd still probably like it more, but this has that one song on it that just holds it back.
Yeah.
It's Dizzy Miss Lizzie.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean-
it's not as bad as that song.
All the albums up until probably the next album have that song, so it's okay.
Yeah.
But it's not Dizzy Miss Lizzie. The Word is better than Dizzy Miss.
Oh, The
Lizzie.
Word is way better than Dizzy Miss Lizzie.
So it is a good album.
Yeah.
Good, great album.
Super iconic.
This may be like their.
This
I don't
might be their Rubber Soul.
Yeah. Well, it's. I don't know. It's. They sort of had hinted at like sort of changing styles a little. It started back on Beatles for Sale, and on Help they sort of they're adding in new instruments and new things, but they're still very standard rock instruments. With this, they start bringing in sitar, just recording like for a song, really just experimental stuff.
Yeah.
This is when the general public, they're weird. They're starting to get into that, like they're just weird.
Yeah.
But not too weird to not listen.
Not too weird because you still got In My Life and all those.
Right.
But
which is
I read a lot of people like they got too weird for me. I stopped listening it around Rubber Soul.
It's so funny because
back then this was strange music.
That's so weird.
Because considering the underground things that were going on back then, but
it's weird to think that like this was. We're so far from this moment. It's weird to imagine that. While I think obviously I think they're great and they wrote great music or whatever, but sometimes it's still hard to wrap your head around what it sounded like when it came out.
Yeah.
How out there.
Yeah, and it's like to us, it's like it's not that weird. Like
it's a standard.
Penny Lane is not weird. Whatever.
Like all the music that we've heard has been music that came after this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. One time I would go on Beatles rants at my other job that I used to work, and this guy, my manager, he was like, "I don't like them, but it's only because they're the standard, and I listen to everything that's come after them. I find them boring because they set the tone." He's like, "So I don't really like their music."
It's a lot of, that's like what happens to like Seinfeld,
Yeah.
Well, even with y'all, you guys are like, we're Friends people,
I don't like Friends, but go on. She does.
You're a Friends person because like,
right.
But like people are like, I don't like Seinfeld because it's just so old, but it's like, no, all the things that sitcoms do well now is because Seinfeld is there. Like the Beatles were that same way.
I'm going to get into it. I don't like Seinfeld because Seinfeld started all things I don't like about comedy now.
Fair enough.
I don't like comedy about mean people.
Fair enough. Seinfeld definitely invented that. They are
mean.
That's why they go to prison in the finale.
Yeah. I mean, we don't have to rant about Seinfeld.
No.
I definitely can remember back then. Of course, I was just a kid, but like it was just things I never really heard people. And I was just kids. What do I know? But it just felt like people don't say this stuff on TV. Now you hear stuff even more extreme, or not extreme, but edgy, I guess.
Well, we have a lot less censorship. We don't watch TV.
Yeah.
And kids don't watch TV.
Yeah.
They watch YouTube.
Yeah.
So when they start getting older and like venturing out of kid YouTube, their TV will be, who knows, there's a lot of weird stuff out there, but like, who knows what those kids will encounter, what they'll be like, what they'll think, what they're gonna do. Beatles is that for baby boomers.
Yeah,
that's true.
That's what I'm getting at, because the Beatles changed culture so much. Like there's no way that like television or any like artistic medium like that is going to be like, well, let's take a risk on like a Seinfeld or something.
Yeah.
Without seeing that like, you sort of have to change the game to stay at the top of it, like the Beatles did.
Right. Yeah, and I saw this quote today. It was from Brian Eno, and he was like, "My kids stream everything, and they don't have any context for when it came out." Right? So like they listen to old music, it's new to them. They listen to this, it's present. Because they're listening to it now without any they didn't find it in their dad's stuff. It's not like, this is my dad's old music. It's like, I clicked it, it is mine, it doesn't matter when it came out. So, you know, and obviously lots of people are still listening to the Beatles. This is just YouTube views, you know. So you have to think like, and they're very popular, especially on the internet. You know, people talk about them all the time still. We're doing it right now, but we're old. But young people still talk about them all the time.
Either hating on them or loving them.
Yeah, and you know, lots of kids like them. So, you know, you have to think like, and it's funny because like when you listen to an album on like Apple Music or whatever, it has kind of a synopsis of what it is. And what Brian Eno was saying was like that these kids don't have any context for the culture that it was made in.
That's why they get mad about certain stuff.
That's why they get mad about songs like Run for Your Life. You know, because they have no idea where it's coming from. Like they like, and someone was like they don't like they can go Google Johnny Cash and find a clip of him on Hee Haw or whatever wearing like a Confederate flag, and they're like, oh my god, he's a racist, without knowing that he wasn't a racist.
Yeah.
And like that's why, you know, people have to put all these disclaimers on what things are, because these kids are getting our old backlog, our back catalog. We're getting remaking things because children now don't understand the world that came before the internet.
Jeez. Yeah.
They don't understand that the Beatles created the culture, a lot of the culture that their parents grew up in. Yeah. So, you know, they go, well, why do we need to listen to John Lennon? Because he wrote this song, so why do we have to? And it's like, because he wrote all the other songs.
Right. Yeah. Like, people get mad about the woman
they don't know what
N-word of the world. And but what they don't realize is, like, back then, they said that word on TV.
Yeah.
I've seen it on many movie trailers from back then.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, they said it on the radio. They had it printed in the newspapers, on a headlines.
Like, it wasn't the N-word.
No one said, don't say this word back then.
I mean, it was still a charged word, but it was...
It wasn't the N-word. It was, you could say the word, you know. You could say the actual word.
They don't realize, like, there was a point where it changed. And that
which is, we're not advocating for it, but...
It very much should be.
But it is important to know that...
People get mad and, like, don't listen to him, because this is like, well, when he wrote the song, anyone... They could print the word and put it anywhere. It wasn't censored. It was very much in use. That's why
it was kind of, if you were like,
stop using it, because it was used so much.
Yeah. And it was if you were like a John, like if you were cool, you know, you know what I mean? Yeah. They'd let you get away with it.
Yeah.
You know, like the news could say it, and cool white people, which is bad.
Yeah.
But it was just sort of how it was back then.
Right. I can't even completely understand. I just have seen it. Like I said, I've watched a lot of movie trailers from the 70s, and I was shocked at how often I heard the word. I was like, holy crap, you know, they just say it like
in the trailer that they would show on TV,
not in the movie, the trailer, you know.
Right.
So, yeah,
like it wasn't like PC, but like it wasn't like, don't ever say this word.
PC didn't exist back then.
You know, and it should exist.
Right.
Just disclaimer.
It's not his fault.
It should exist.
It's not his fault that he didn't do something that he didn't even know existed or would exist. He died before it came around.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this.
And I'm sure, like, because if he was alive today, I'm sure someone would try and be like, "Oh, why'd you do that?" And you know. He could probably, he probably would say, like, knowing what I know now, I probably wouldn't have called it that.
Right.
But I'm dead, so,
right.
You know,
plus,
move on with your life.
Right.
Right. But about Rubber Soul, you know, so, you know, I think Rubber Soul definitely is like an iconic album. It's one of the best albums.
Yeah.
You know, it's not one of their best albums. But for this time and period, they outdid.
I think though
mostly everybody.
going way back to, I guess what I was trying to say is this is their first real not a kid anymore album.
Yeah.
You know, like Off the Wall by Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
this is that, not a kid anymore
Right.
album.
Right.
Yeah. No covers.
Like they're
Yeah.
not messing around.
Yeah.
They're here to stay.
Yep.
Not
All right.
ending anytime soon. It
Bye.
solidified them.
And not ending anytime soon either is our series, because we still have several more to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we have like 7, 8.
More like 5.
Well, I
6.
guess.
They have 12 albums.
You know what? We'll
Forget
deal with this
Off.
off air.
Yeah.
But just know we have at least 5 more to do. So we'll leave it at that. And have a good one. Take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Be kind to yourself.